Welcome to Robeytech, everybody. How's it going? I see a lot of really good questions already. What's a NAS? What is a NAS? What kind of NAS you building? Is NAS? NAS rhymes with other words that we're not going to say because this is a family-friendly. Keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it clean. Welcome, everybody, to a special edition of Robeytech. For those of you who don't know, this is a show dedicated to building, mostly around PCs. We got custom keyboards now, which was super fun. And I want to say super shout out to like the 3,000 or 4,000 people who tuned in for our first almost completed keyboard build. That was a lot of fun. Before I get into all of the stuff that's happening, let me go through the giveaways because today is the last day to get in on that September only giveaway that is happening for this month. So I'll go through all that stuff. First and foremost, we have four giveaways that are going to happen on the show today. The first one that we have is that we're going to give away a 250 gig NVMe SSD when we hit 2 hype trains. If we hit 2 hype trains here on the show. I have a feeling the show is going to last a little shorter, so if we want to get the hype train started, now would be a good time if we want to unlock that giveaway. The second one is if we get 500 likes on the YouTube stream over at youtube.com/Robeytech, we'll also give away a 250 gig NVMe SSD. Again, shorter stream more than likely today, so make sure you hit those likes relatively quickly. The third one is if you look over here in the corner, you'll see $50. We get 50 subs, we give away a $50 Newegg gift card. If we give away 100 subs, we give away a $100 Newegg gift card. 150 subs, $150 Newegg gift card. And then we start giving away things like 5600Xs, 5800Xs, and so on and so forth. So the bigger the hype, the better the awesome. Lastly, and here's the awesome thing. So we're building a QNAP NAS today in partnership. We're building 2 actually, but one of them, this TS251D, we're building in partnership with QNAP and Seagate, and this is basically a $1,400 package that we're going to be giving to you. So it's a QNAP NAS, and it also includes 2 16 terabyte Iron Wolf NVMe SSDs. So that's a 32 terabyte with high-end high-end hard NAS drives that we're going to be putting inside of one of these and then giving away to an individual here. So that's $1,400 that we're going to be giving away on the show as well. Lastly, we have an RTX 3080 that we're going to be giving away as well. And that RTX 3080, it's not going to be on the show. This is the last day to get in on that, and that's our sub-only giveaway for the month of September. If we get basically, if you want to get in on that, all you got to do is use your free Amazon Prime subscription. Your Amazon Prime subscription gets you an extra entry in on your Amazon Prime subscription gets you a free entry. And then if you want to get extra entries, you can do things like donate subs like so many people do. And then you can also do things like tier 2 and tier 3 subs also get you extra entries as well. 5 extra entries for tier 2 and 10 extra entries for tier 3. Now, given that this is a Twitch and YouTube thing, again, we are going to give Twitch subscribers a bonus here. So if you are a tier 1 subscriber, you're going to get 1 extra entry. If you're a tier 2 and tier 3 subscriber, you're getting 5 and 10 extra entries as well for the NAS that we're going to be giving away as well. So if you are a tier 2 or tier 3 subscriber, you have a really good chance of potentially walking away from this, which should be awesome. So yes, if you want to see all of our rules for giveaways and all that stuff, you can all check it out at discord.gg/Robeytech, and we'll be awesome. So hopefully. But yeah, that is the awesome. We got hype train going already. You guys, this is the time. And again, I will tell you what, if we get to, here's the deal. If we get to like 500 or 600 or 700 subs today, I will upgrade the 3080 to a 3080 Ti because I feel like today's the day we're just going to make everything awesome. So we'll give away the 3080 or 3080 Ti. That may become a 3080 Ti. You just got to bring the heat and we'll make the giveaways more awesome. Now, who got to watch our awesome, who got to watch our awesome stream today, this morning? Did anybody get to catch me on the stream this morning? Look at all those things. Yeah, tonight's night. Not also we'll make the 3080 a 3080 Ti. That's literally an $800 jump in terms of what it is. So yeah. Hey, thank you very much, Tinted Bobcat Gamer. So yeah, who got to watch it? So I was on the Corsair stream today, celebrating the launch of the Xeneon. Luckily, hey. By the way, Tom, we nailed that name, that pronunciation, huh? The Xeneon new monitor from Corsair So that was a lot of fun. I was on there with Trisha Hirschberger. Paul's Hardware was there. Actually, he gave me a shout out accidentally. It wasn't even on purpose. It was pretty funny, the way that whole thing happened. So it was a lot of fun. Big shout out everybody who's supporting me, sponsoring me or supporting me right now. We're at level 4 Hype Train. Let's make it awesome today, and we'll have a lot of fun. So let me go back and say thank you to all of those individuals. Automatique Beats, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime. Algie Moncrief, subscribing with Prime. Karunch, 5 gifted subs, thank you, sir. Katsura Jaeger, I think, is subscribing with Prime. Thank you very much. SRT Balthazar, thank you for the bits. Chuckles, thank you for the bits. Squidman, also subscribing with Prime. Old Guy Willie, 1 month at tier 1, giving it 5-month anniversary. Happy 5-month anniversary. Habs to 4, resubscribe with Prime. So happy 2-month anniversary to you. We got Red Pyramid Head dropping 5 gifted subs. Karanch, again, another Prime sub. And a partridge in a pear tree. Hemp Racer, I got some more people in here. Hemp Racer dropping a gifted sub. Another Red Pyramid Head drop as well. And then Jan's Mech. Neo Madge, also 1 gifted sub. Going all sorts of Night Blur. Man, we got all sorts of subs going on right now. We've got Neo Madge, who's given a total of 7. We got Hemp Racer, who's given 72. Red Pyramid Head, 321 subs to the channel just since starting. So that's super huge, and thank you very much for all that. El Dopeness, also thank you very much for the sub as well. So guys, so much going on with all those subs. 30 of our way to 50. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get a 3080 Ti. You guys make it awesome. I'll upgrade it to a 3080 Ti for the sub-only giveaway for September. So thank you very much. Chat pause due to scroll. Well, let's unpause it. It's getting hot in here. There it is. Karunch, another 5 gifted subs. Wow, 20 new messages. Let's go to, there we go. Karunch, that's awesome. I like that. And we're getting crazy. If people are wanting to get a part of this, it's over at twitch.tv/Robeytech is how you basically get in on this. Big Pow Pow, Shift Click, dropping a gifted sub. Big Pow Pow, happy 2-month anniversary as well. Gun Lauger, dropping 10 gifted subs. That's his. That's quite the history right there. He's been a huge supporter as well. At 55 total in the channel. Shift Click, that's his first gifted sub. Thank you very much, Shift Click, for giving that gifted sub. Thank you very much for that, man. So, this is worldwide. If you're here, we just know that if you do end up winning, you're gonna have to pay for some international, some custom stuff like that. We will ship it to you, but you have to cover customs dues and stuff like that. But I have no problem shipping it international if you're one of the ones who won. So, oh man, woo! Already 47, level 5 Hype Train, and it is getting hot in here. I would agree. So everybody, but can I get a raise of hands for people who actually got to watch the stream, who actually got to watch the Corsair stream? That would be huge. I'm just curious if anybody actually got to watch. I'm gonna reopen the restream. There you go. Blondie did. The winner for the NAS will be announced at the end of the show, as well as the other 4. The 3080 giveaway won't be announced till sometime till the second week of October. So. Hey, that's awesome. Thank you very much for all people who ended up watching that. What'd you guys think of Tribes of Midgard? Rare Kamiko dropping a gift Prime sub. Thank you very much, Rare. Curious who won what? Chila. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, I was razzing Trish. I was having a good time. Honestly, that game is actually really good. I'm gonna ask those guys if they can give us 10 keys, and I'll give them away on one of our gift game streams. And then we can do like a 10-person game. So we give away like 10 copies, and then you guys can join me during one of the game ones, and then we can play like a 10-person game. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Muav-esque, thank you very much. 4-month anniversary, man, that's huge. Welcome, and thank you very much. Level 5, and we're still going. One more sub, and we're already at $50. So, I think so too, Shift Click. I think that'd be a lot of fun just to go in there. Justin Jam 80, dropping in. Oh, Monkey Dog, you won the last QNAP. Oh, that's awesome. You know, it's funny because is there friendly fire? No, and that's good for me, Juggalo, because you try and stab me. But I've heard that people come into our chat and say, "Are the giveaways real?" Yes, the giveaways are real. People get their stuff all the time. So yeah, there's the one who won the QNAP last time. Tribes looks good. There are a few of those they have released recently that are similar themed. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Hey, Karunch dropping another 5 gifted subs. Keeping it real. There we are, 55 of 50. We got 36 seconds left. Oh, our Oharaja. Oh, 49. She's given 49. Is it he or she? I'm sorry. I'm not going to assume. 49 gifted subs to the channel total. I have a laptop. Congratulations. Well, you never know, RV Show. Today may be your day. You never know. Yeah, Blondie, I saw that in the, I saw that a bunch of prizes, a bunch of NVMe SSDs went out today. So I did see that. And a lot of gift cards. I think the one thing that we have is we have a couple people who haven't gotten their gift cards from the Deadmau5 stream. So I got an email about a couple of those. So if you got some of that stuff, again, sometimes those fall through the cracks. We'll get you squared away. Don't worry. We're not in the habit of not giving prizes away. Nerd Musk, 1 month, and there it is. There it is. Okay, I got one duty that I have to do before we move into the QNAP and start talking about the build and all that sort of stuff. I promised this individual secretly through his dad that today, ladies and gentlemen, Tom the Bot has had offspring, and his son Alex, who is 8 years old, today is his birthday. And in front of all 411 people watching, we're going to sing this little 8-year-old Alex's. We're going to sing him and wish him a happy birthday. So if you wouldn't mind wishing Alex a happy birthday, everybody, can we get it in his chat? It's not his daughter. I think it's his son. Yeah, son. Everybody say happy birthday, Alex, in chat. It's not every day an 8-year-old gets to have like 500 or 600 people, but I'm going to sing him happy birthday. So Alex, this is a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alex. Happy birthday to you. So there you go, buddy. Happy birthday, Alex. There you go. And going from that, and so we'll go. Happy birthday to Alex and all those individuals. So thank you very much for tuning in and letting your dad do a lot of work here on the channel. Your dad, we actually, for those of you who don't know, we flew Tom from Detroit to come out here to do that monitor review that you guys saw that came out today. Thank you very much for the I work hard on my voice. So anyway, he flew out here to do that Corsair video, so it was a lot of work, and so I really appreciate him coming out. And so the least I can do is sing his awesome son Alex a happy birthday. So, and many more. That's right, Mr. Houston, and many more. Okay, let's talk about what we are doing today. So today I want to talk about NASs, and so I want to give a huge shout out to QNAP, Seagate, and of course Newegg for sponsoring this stream. So huge shout out for them. I love this. For those of you who don't know, our production NAS is actually this TS 45-3D. So this is actually our current production NAS. Well, for like 3 more weeks. You guys are going to see another QNAP show in mid-October where we're actually going to build our new. Actually, you know what? I'll show it to you because I'm pretty excited about it. We're going to be building our first like high-end production NAS for the show. So I'll show it off on the stream. Maybe. Oh, here it is, yeah. I just gotta make... Wow. So... there it is, yeah. And so, this... we'll be replacing it very soon. So this lasted us a year. And this is what we're going to be replacing it with. And there's going to be a whole nother one that's coming out here. So we're going to go. So right now, I think. Hey, Kevin, how much storage is in our current NAS? 22. Yeah, so we have 22 terabytes of storage right now in our one that's in here. we're going to this one, which is going to have 197 terabytes of storage, as well as this, guys, this is going to be like a $20,000 build that we're going to be doing. So you guys are going to get to watch a $22,000 NAS build here later. So it's going to have 197 terabytes of storage, and that's what we're going to be building sometime in mid-October. But today, we're going to be building the exact same one. Actually, it's nicer than the one that we have that we're going to be building here on the show. It's going to be our tech support NAS. So we end up using a lot of storage here. So it's going to be our tech support NAS. And then we're also going to be building one that we're going to be giving away to you. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. There we go. Oh. So yeah, we're going to be building 2 NASs today. And then the other thing too is that we're also going to be talking a little bit about, well, why a NAS? Like what is it about NASs that make them so cool? Because I think it's one of those things that a lot of people just don't understand how useful these things are going to be. So we're going to be building this one. This one's going to have 4 18 terabyte NVMe, 4 18 terabyte NAS hard drives, as well as 1 terabyte of NVMe SSD storage. And then you're going to be putting 2 16 terabyte NAS storage drives inside of this one. And then, of course, we'll be giving it away. But a lot of people say, well, Roby, why do I need a NAS? Because again, you know, like I've got Google Cloud, I've got OneDrive, I've got, you name it, a drop transfer, all that sort of stuff. And I think a lot of people don't understand is that each of those services usually come with a monthly subscription. And so when you think about what you can do, and there are inexpensive network attached storage, things from like there are ones that you can just buy all-encompassing things that are smaller than this that you can purchase and basically use. But when you start getting to something like this, a lot of the things that you're used to seeing with the cloud storages like Google Drive and OneDrive end up coming with NAS stuff like this. Like for instance, you can use your Myqnapcloud to do things like share files, just like you would. Like, so if you go onto Google and you go onto OneDrive, right click and hit share, it'll create a file link that anybody can basically access as long as they have that link. Same thing also exists for things like QNAP. These things also become things like where a lot of people, like you end up paying it, where it can save you money is it can save you money for things like security cameras in your home. So you might be playing like Digital Life or ADT or whatever it was. Well, you don't need to have something like that if you have something like this. You basically have a one-time purchase of something like a QNAP, and then you also go do something like buy a couple security cameras, and then everything can be remotely accessed from your home and look at your security cameras the exact same way that you can do something like what you might do and pay a service for. Same thing with cloud storage. Instead of basically paying a monthly service fee, you know, again, if you're paying 30, 40 bucks, like in 2 or 3 years, you're only getting 1 terabyte versus you could get multiple. Like this, the ones that we're going to give away is a little bit of overkill. But even if you threw you had 8 terabytes here, and you basically did one of these for $500-600 bucks, you're basically paying for it in 2 years very easily. And again, you've got literally 8 times the storage of what you could get on a normal one like cloud storage thing. So NAS is like a private storage, but it's literally more for it stands for network attached storage, and it's become its own, like your own personal cloud as well, because then you can have it run through a router. It does a bunch of things that you can work with, that you can get access to your stuff remotely. Some of the other things that also become super cool as well is you've got things like a lot of data security, and I know there's been a lot of like hoopla about security, and again, that's because as these have become more and more prevalent, paying attention from a security standpoint, which is something you do have to pay attention to, becomes much more important. And this is where a lot of these companies, especially things like QNAP, are trying to focus on a whole lot more, is about creating secure places to store things like your personal information, your transfer, and all that sort of stuff. And in fact, you know, we have a guy who's a whole dedicated job is just to manage and take care of these things. But that's not to say it's complicated. In fact, you know, part of QNAP and the software that you get with these is part of making sure that you can set it up securely, so only you have access to your data. So that's another part of it. And then the other thing too is that you also have things like, you can also do things like set up web servers, email servers, print servers. There's a lot of things that you can basically do with a QNAP, like with these things that are a little bit more. So if like you want to have, instead of having an Outlook.com or a Gmail, you can create your own private one and run those off of this as well. So these end up being a whole lot more these end up being a whole lot more useful than people think. And they have a tendency to not be as expensive as you would expect as well. Because again, yes, we're putting 32 gigs of drives in here, but you don't need something that complicated. And again, just the base level cost for something like this is $300-400, and you guys can see all that stuff down below. So I think that's one of the things that I love doing builds like this, is a lot of times people are like, oh, I didn't know that something like this would even be useful. And it absolutely is. And it's useful even to a ton of individuals in a way that they wouldn't expect. So we're going to show you how to build it. We're going to show you a little bit about how to set one up. We're going to talk a little bit more about the applications and show some of that stuff off as well. And then, we'll wrap it up and let you guys go. And then from here, once I'm done with this stream, guess where I'm going? I'm going to Disneyland. That's right. I'm going to Disneyland with my friends. Sorry, 32 terabytes. My bad. House. Sorry, 32 terabytes. I'm talking fast. I need to slow down. 32 terabytes, not 32 gigabytes. 32 terabytes of storage, which is a lot. So we're having fun. So hey, Tom, how much is the base for this one? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. The 251D. So how much would be in like an 8 terabyte version of this cost? I'd just love to know that up front. That's right.
Hey everybody, tomorrow Roby's going to Disneyland. And after he gets done doing this QNAP, he's gonna go hang out with Pluto, and he's gonna have fun with Minnie, and we're gonna ride roller coasters. It's gonna be awesome. Oh boy!
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna get super excited, and I'm gonna go hang out and do my Mickey at Mickey, something like that. That'd be kind of weird.
Hey everybody!
Yeah, it's like,
hi.
I'm trying to see what the cost would be. That $319. Yeah, so the base rate. So this is $319. And then this is like $319 for something like this, and then you could throw like two 8 terabyte NVMe, 2 8 terabyte storages in here for them. Yeah, and you got NVMe, you got things like cache. That's the other thing too, is that a lot of this, the one thing to be, and I don't want to be all positive. There are things to obviously consider when you do something like a NAS, right? Like this is like, I'm being real with you. That's what Robeytech does. I don't want to sit there and make it sound like it's all roses. But the things to consider when you're doing something like this is that when you're doing like OneDrive and Google and things like that, yes, you can access things on your internal network very, very quickly. But the moment you start talking to like, oh, I'm going to get things really, really fast outside, it's like, yes, then that's going to be dependent on your upload speed. And so a lot of people who are like on like 2 megabits per second, yeah, OneDrive might be a better option for doing some things. But again, you have a ton of storage here. And if you, with fiber and gigabit and stuff like that coming out and becoming much more prevalent, that's where stuff like this becomes super fun. Is like, people have 1 gigabyte up, 1 gigabyte down, then you're able to access your data way faster than you would from any file server, that's basically behind, because a lot of times those are actually very limited, and in your case, you don't necessarily need to worry about that stuff. Yeah, and so Spaceman's absolutely right. That's the other thing too that actually is a really, really great point Spaceman Spiff is bringing up, is that you can do things as well, and this is where these become really cool, is that because you have, like on most of us who have networks, you have 1 gigabit per second networks that you're plugged into, and then you can do things like and QNAP has free stuff too, where it'll back up your entire system. So should your system go down, you can easily restore it just from using your QNAP. And the other better option that I like to say is, I like to store all my stuff on our QNAP, because then in that case, I don't have to necessarily worry about anything, because I just have access to it wherever I am. So it's like, I don't need to worry about having things on a drive or whatever it was. I just basically can access it. And I'm basically hardware independent, because all of my data is stored in a central location. And that's something that also is a good benefit. But there are some thoughts that you have to consider in terms of security, and there's some thoughts you have to consider in terms of bandwidth usage when all of a sudden you're becoming very self-dependent. But that self-dependence can come with some financial freedom, specifically if you're willing to put the upfront cost in and set something like this up, which is pretty cool. 4 terabyte, but again, our Bush, I think, it's funny, people say it's like 4 terabytes is too small. You know what I mean? Like 4 terabytes are $80. You know what I mean? So if you go to 8 terabytes, you might be spending $160. So literally doubling your space on something like this is still pretty inexpensive to get some really mass storage. Can these be run in RAID? Yes, absolutely. RAID 10, RAID 5, RAID 0, you can do all of that sort of stuff. And you can even use things like, in this one, we'll use NVMe caching to help store that up and stuff like that as too. And so it goes from that. So yes, you can do them in RAID. And that's all part of the setup process. We'll walk through that here at the beginning. Yeah. Well, for you American, it is that cheap, but not in Canada. Why not, R Bushy? Just storage is pricey. So. Yeah, so some people like RAID is an interesting thing. Like RAID isn't for everybody, but if you do, RAID 10 is pretty awesome. I agree, but in terms of setting that up. But okay, who's ready to start actually building one of these? So why don't we start with? RAID is not a backup. RAID is basically there's a lot of things that RAID is about data security and not necessarily about backup. So why don't we start with the big one here? Yeah, RAID 0 equals scary RAID. Yeah, but RAID 0 equals really fast data access. I know there was that one, I think it was, who was it? It was Asus or whomever ended up doing 5 FireCuda 530s. So, you know, the Seagate thing, so we can always have fun. So I think they did 5 or 6 FireCuda 530s, 2 terabytes in RAID 0. And they were getting 7,500 times, what was that, like 14,000 or 50? Yeah, it was like some ridiculous amount of throughput because they were all in RAID 0. And it was fun to look at Crystal Dismark and watch that number just go, you know what I mean, which is pretty crazy. Hey, congratulations, BBX. RAID 0 your NVMe drives if you want to live dangerously. And then the moment one of them fails, it's nanoflowers. It's a little bit more than that. I mean, we're gonna show it off a little bit more. We do have 2 of them, but it's not just that. We're gonna set it up and go through the setup process and all that stuff as well. So there's a little bit more. But that's why I said, you know, we wanted to start. I don't think this is going to be our typical 3 or 4 hour show. That is for sure, because we do not have that much essentially to do. So. I think I'm going to end up using this one. I think this one that we're building here. I think I'm going to use this one or the other one and actually take this, and this will be used at the house. So here it is right here. Ah. And we need more thumbs over at YouTube, guys. PC guy doing his job, trying to make sure that people know. If we want to get that other NVMe drive, we need to get those likes over on the YouTubes. Hey, TJC, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. Fabu rocks. Welcome to the Prime party, and then Lucky as well. Okay, so here is our drive, our thing. It's so pretty. So here's our QNAP. Now, this does have, in terms of support, you do have HDMI. We can basically run this is capable of running right off of this device, so we can plug in USB, basically make sure that we can get access. So we'll use, when we finish setting this one up, we'll set it aside, install the second one next, and take a look at the differences in the internal, some of the things you can upgrade, etc. And then after that, we'll then plug this in and get it started and initializing and all that sort of stuff. So, but the one that we have is a little bit older. But you can see here, again, you have access to, 2 different networks, which there's a lot of really cool networking things you can do with those. You got USB 3 and then USB 2, which you can use for both direct, like maybe access to cold storage, which means storage, like having drives that basically aren't network access or whatever. So being able to do backups, being able to directly write to them and all that sort of stuff. Rare Kamiko dropping 5 gifted subs as well. Poncho7866 dropping their Prime sub. And we continue to go. Let me update the giveaway because I'm lame. Lame. All widgets. Okay, so we're on our way. We're at 70. There we go. Okay, starting that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this open and just show you how to set it up if you were going to set up something like this. So there's a little, that's the lock. So this just kind of, let's make sure it's not locked. So there it goes, just clips out like that. And then again, these are all of our drives. But we're going to pop this open because we are going to add an expansion card to this, which is going to be fun. Oh, thank you, Poncho. You know what? I hope people thought I thought it was fun. I was having a lot of fun. I hope people, that's how it came across, right? But everybody seemed to think it was super entertaining. So I was trying to be entertaining, and I had a lot of fun playing that game. And I love Trish is a good friend. DeWom Slayer! DeWom Slayer! What's up? How are you doing? 10 gifted subs from DeWom Slayer. Man, we're on party. We're on a fire tonight. Yeah, it's a little change up. Yeah. We're adding a lot more variety. Are people enjoying all the different variety of content? More stuff for lots of different people as well. Okay, so we also, as part of this process, have this QNAP QM2 2P dual M.2 that we're going to be popping in here as well. So I believe it goes in this one. I might be wrong. I shouldn't be wrong. But we're gonna pop this open and take a look. We're not just gonna do this simply. Jay Blue Eyes dropping 5 gifted subs as well. You guys are on fire. Holy crud, thank you. You guys are awesome. Okay, I think this is the lock and unlock. Should be unlocked. Okay, there we go. I like exploring with you guys. Let's explore together. It's like Dora. Dora, Dora, Dora the Explorer. Robey's gonna open up the QNAP. We're gonna see what's inside this big QNAP. You like that? You like the Dora trans QNAP? No? Okay. You're like, shut up, Robey. Is that Eurohawk? Ho Hawk. Thank you very much, man, for the 5 gifted subs. Oopsie. Okay, here we go. I'm semi-opening this. Oh, there we go. Okay. There it is. Look. Ta-da! We've taken it apart. It looks good. Get that out of the way. So here we go. This is the whole thing opened up. This is what a QNAP looks like. It's like when James Bond's guy is sleeping, he's QNAPing. Okay, so here's where we're going to install this is where we're going to be installing our expansion card for our M.2s as well. So that's where we're going to basically be putting that. It's not for a GPU, so don't try and do that. You can see here, we do have, I'm trying to show you, but you can do things like upgrade the onboard memory. It uses SODIMMs. This one I think has 8 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, yeah, 8 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes. As well, and then you can see there's for the 4 drives right there. So that's basically coming off of this, and then it's got a big old 120 millimeter fan, and it is just plugged. It looks like it's just a normal, just a 4-pin PWM. So yeah, you got a 4-pin PWM. So if you wanted to, man, you could really go crazy and throw like a Noctua NF12 in there just to make it a little bit quieter. It looks like it is a high static. No, it's an airflow fan. So again, you could throw like an NFA12 in there if you really wanted to just like ramp up the overall cooling. Not that I think that's going to be an issue. But yeah, there's pretty much your whole thing. And then you can see actually over here, you do see, it's hard to see, but there actually is a second place to install a second bit of SODIMM RAM right there. So if you wanted to basically pop something else in there, you could as well. And again, the RAM is going to do things like make like a lot of the applications run smoother. A lot of the, it's like anything else. Obviously, the more RAM you have, the better experience you're going to have, especially with the OS. Just like and if you can run the Chrome browser on it, that's always a good thing right there. You can do up to 32 megabits of RAM. Sorry, 32 gigabytes of RAM, not 32 megs, right? It's at least 4 gig, right? Yeah. Trying to see. Oh yeah, this is 4 gigabytes. So you can do up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, not 32 megabytes. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. I was like, wait, what? This has already got more than that. So you can go up to, yeah. Well, okay, so have a good night. Get some sleep. Bye, Jans Mech. We'll miss you. Bye. 32 gigs. Sorry, he was misfit. He was meant 32 gigs. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and we're going to open up our card here. Open up our card. This is a QNAP. This is a dual M.2 2210. So again, 2210 or 2280 PCI SSD support. And this is a PCI expansion card for our QNAP that we're going to be doing today. And then do not accept if the seal is broken. So, but oh, I'm accepting it. Seal's broken. Yeah, you wouldn't be. I don't know. We could. I don't think we have a place to do an RGB strip. I guess we could find some power. Ooh, that's tiny. Look at that. Little cute, that's cutish. What do we got in here? We got a couple thermal pads if we want. And here's like the instructions. If you wanted to add this to a drive, I think we'll have to see what this is. I think this, trying to see, this might pop out. So we might have to add one of those in. We'll look. I'm all exploring together. Oh, it comes with a 10G network. Okay, there you go. So it's showing you how to do it in here. This is how to prepare the M.2. And it's showing you how to basically install it. But on this, look here. Okay, so it's using the smaller one here. So we're gonna see what we got here. This is the one that we'll want. So this will basically be switching to this for installing ours. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Here it goes. Look, it's a red PCB. I like red PCBs. How many people are familiar with NASs and use them on a pretty regular basis? Just out of curiosity. So again, a couple things we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove there it is. I have two. Oh, nice, Fabu. Like, honestly, like, super glad to have you in the chat and just being here and talking to people, because, like, sometimes I'll get kind of wrapped up, but Fabu looks like he uses quite a few of these. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're going to be doing 128 gigabytes of storage of RAM in our new QNAP. There we go. We're just replacing this first. Intriguing. What's up, Quick? Holy crap. What's up, dude? I was just thinking about you. Not in a bad way. Quick's here. For those of you who don't know, Quick is the president of Blizzard. Yeah, he's hanging out. Q is sleepy. QNAP, there you go. I like that. Yeah, he's here. Quick's in the house. Mr. Blizzard himself. He's been doing a lot of really great stuff. Really enjoying the Discord server for if you want to run Mythics. And then again, just very, very active with the game communities. And so I actually used to work for him, and so it's pretty cool that he is here. So it's good to see him and have him pop in to the channel. You're not here during a regular build, unfortunately, Quick. We're building a NAS, which is a lot of fun, and then giving one away. So, but I'm pretty sure Blizzard has more than enough NASs. I miss working with you too, man. Actually, I don't know if you know this, Mike, but I am in LA like 3 weekends a month. I was thinking I should come. We should have dinner. Like, all in all, I just think it'd be cool to hang out. I need to build a Blizzard PC. I mean, I've built Cyberpunk, I've built Robeytech, I've built all this stuff. So I will. I don't think you follow me on Twitter anymore, and I don't think you know that. But why don't you follow me on Twitter and I'll DM you, and then let's. I'm actually there this weekend, but I'm going to Disney with my family. But next weekend or whatever it was, let's see if we can get some time and like actually like hang out and like let's talk. I'd love to just catch up. So, and I don't know if you know, but I'm done with MS, buddy. This is what I do. This is my full-time gig now. All I do is make videos now. So, sorry guys, nerding out a little bit. It's just good to see Quick again. Yes, I'm doing the right thing. I should pay attention to what I'm doing. Disney, can you go? My kids that might be a little weird for me. I do make good dad jokes, so. Okay, so what we're doing right now is just preparing the drive here. This is a pretty cool, actually, like heat sink. It's like pressure, which is cool. Yeah, if you guys don't know, follow Quick on Twitter. Super good guy, just really, really just great, great leader. and doing good things for Blizzard. So, which is kind of coming out of there. I can drive by Quick's house and say hi on the way to Twitter. I mean, on the way to Disney. Or I can find some real time to hang out with him, which I think would be cooler. He still streams. I think, as far as I know, he's been doing some streaming. He tries to stream pretty regularly. Come on, let go. Oh, there we go. There are our drives. What is... Oh, this is... Oh, cool. So check this out. It's got a thermal sensor on it. So again, we got thermal sensors that we're going to put underneath this. Okay, I'm going to have to look at the instructions. This is definitely something I'm not used to. So we're going to have our standoffs for our 2280. There's a thermal sensor, but these are right along. But that thermal sensor is actually pretty rad. Okay, so prepare the M.2. Wants thermal pads on top of it and rubber pads on the back. Man, they want to make sure this stuff is... Now, I do have, again, what I've got are really... Okay, so remove both of those. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take both of these off. These just come off. Sorta. There we go. And we're just going to make sure the thermal sensors actually touch the M.2s. Yeah, that didn't come off very well. It's used for, yes, you can use it for storage, but you can do it for a lot. There's a lot of other things that QNAPs that you can do with the NAS. They have like file servers. They can be media servers. They can be email servers. They can be print servers. They can do things like allow you to share data. They can be like personal clouds. There's actually, it's more than just, yes, at a base, like simplistic level, yes, it's just essentially network attached storage, but it feels like it really is way more than that. Okay, so here is all of our extra hookup stuff. God, this is so much fun. I don't know, guys. I just nerd. I love nerding out like new stuff. You know what I mean? Like this never gets old. So, and I really appreciate Seagate and QNAP, and obviously Newegg as well, for giving me the chance to do stuff like this. It's a lot of fun. Now this is interesting. Something that we don't see. The tie downs for these are actually flatheads and not Phillips. So, yeah, so there's like, that's the thing, is like, I don't think a lot of people know. I don't think a lot of people know just how much you can really do with a NAS. So, oh, I'm glad, Jacobias. I'm sorry you're sad today. Don't be sad, buddy. I'm here to cheer you up. Yeah, that's true, Nerd Musk. That is true. Good call. Good call. Good call. Good call. Jack, good call. Good call. Good call. Okay. So we got a thick boy. So what we're gonna do now, we got everything kind of set up here. We got a thick boy. Some super thick boy thermal pads here, guys. Like thick, triple C thick. Here's my Robeytech knife. Oh, one of my bolts just came out of my desk. That's a good sign. Fix that later. Okay. Okay, here we go. There it is. So these are, just so you guys know, these are Seagate Ironwolf 510 NVMe SSDs, 2650 up and down. The one difference is that these have a tendency to come with super high-end, these come with warranties, and then also data claims. Stuff like this right here. This is some of the stuff that you get that's when you buy much higher end, like NAS level. So you get a data recovery plan, allows you to do things like basically if you have an issue, this is how you basically make a claim, and then you can basically get you can send it to them, and then they can do things like get the data off of the drive or whatever should it fail. So a lot of times when you look at say, well, why is this Iron Wolf 510 more expensive? Some of it has to do with some of it has to do with the rescue claim, but the other thing too is these have a tendency to have very high terabyte written, very high terabyte written and reliability over what a standard NVMe SSD might have. So just as an FYI. Now that's again, as technology's gotten better, obviously the cost for that stuff has come down, but that's just one of the reasons. Yeah. Everybody wants one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this just because, so it's not dangling there. Okay, I gotta prepare the NVMe drive. So what did I do with the drive? Oh, it's still in here. That's funny. Can you run games from a NAS? Yes. And that is going to be something that, there have been a couple. Is it standard? No. You can do things like connect it via some people have done things like connected NASs via USB 3, to a Myqnapcloud, but their games aren't that. It's not going to be that fast. It's not worth it because these aren't super fast drives. But I do know people who do use them, and again, if you don't care about some of the load speeds, load times, and stuff like that, that's where something is. Faburox, what games do you do? What games do you run off of your NAS? When do you announce the winners for what? Katsu Jaeger. You run Warzone off of it? Oh, you run it off of an SSD? Oh, that's on your NAS? And then you have it connected via what? How do you have it connected? Damon, that is absolutely true. I don't know. Maybe we should play. I should play with that a little bit more. So I have we've thought about it, but maybe that would be a good video. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just for the sake of this, because we have this really nice thermal pad. There we go. Okay. Oh, you can actually put them on the bottom if you wanted to. We're not going to bother with that, though. We're okay. Oh, that's too big. Oh, I wonder if these are more like the... Try this one, actually. We're going to use them for caching. So I don't think so. Do these just come out, or they must go in like this? There we go. Yeah, I wish these were Phillips. Okay, there's that one. I wonder why this is why they have a hole on this, but there we go. Okay, let's get the other one on. And these are like if you wanted to cool stuff on the other side, you could. But I don't think we have anything on the other side that I need to worry about from a. I could see that from a cooling standpoint. I'm just going to look one more time. Oops. I guess, hold on. It's just, it doesn't really, yeah, I don't really see anything on this side that needs the bricks. So I think we'll be okay. But you have the option if you wanted to add additional cooling on the back end chips with the, put that in. You couldn't go too crazy thick though. Okay, just one more time. Make sure this is. I feel like I want to do it the other way, just because. I give maximum cooling to the big ones. Okay. Come on, let go. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's one ready. I know it's taking me some time, making sure I'm doing this right. And you got both, looks like you have thinner and thicker pads if you needed them. And you've got one here for the other drive. Okay, let's do the second NVMe now. Second NVMe, there you are. I think if you were gonna raid them, yes, you need them to be the same size. So again, we'll see what our options are when we get inside of the QNAP in terms of what makes the most sense. But yeah, the little pads for this controller right here. Okay. Okay, those are out of the way. Okay, so let's grab our last one. There you go. We're gonna get the sticker off. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get this in. NAS is a network attached storage. And it is but there is a lot of functions that you can use with it that, you know, if you, people in the chat are talking about in general, but they end up being things like personal clouds. You can use them for, apparently you can use them for games, which I want to try a little bit. You can also do things like use them for media servers, email servers. You can do things like ability to share files. They're more useful than people know, and they can save you money. They can save you money in the long run over some subscription fees that you basically pay for things like Google Share, Google and OneDrive, because you have, and give you way more storage than what you have with some of those systems. So there we go. So that's what a NAS is, and we're giving one away here on the show today. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now everything here is set up for maximizing heat capacity, or not getting a lot of heat on here. We're gonna put this on here, which is gonna compress down, and I'm gonna go into star pattern, get started. There we go. And now we can continue to kind of move in a, just to kind of keep even pressure. Okay, there's that. And there we go. We got everything set up here. And then we've now got a completed M.2, basically expansion card for our current QNAP. So we're gonna go over here. Ugh. Unscrew, not using this because that would be too thick. I fix it. Yeah, and you do, I mean, again, you do have the option of building one of these. Like some people... Oh, great. Yay. Ooh. I was like borderline. Okay. Okay, so now we've got that. Okay, install our drive here. Wait, that is not working in this. Maybe this is not for this one. Maybe this is not for this one. Maybe this is for the other one. I'm sorry if I was wrong. This looks like this is not for this one. If it was, it does not work. Well, that's a bummer, because this... Oh, wait, no, it does. Never mind. Sorry. Never mind. I'm done. There we go. Sorry. Wasn't paying attention. My bad. Sorry. Okay, there we go. You got your indicators on the back. So 10, wow, a lot more people have yes. Oh, well, only 10 people have answered. There we go. There's our, now it's installed. Now stores in this side right here. And there we now have the expansion basically good to go. So now what we can do is put the rest of this back together. Make sure we get all the stuff that we don't need put away here. Don't want to lose anything. There we go. Here's our instructions, our thing. Okay, get that out of the way. Okay, now, so everything there is good to go. Going to the next part, which is putting this back on. Just like this. There it is. Okay, now let's get this screwed back together. And one more. What's going on? So model for this one is the QT 435D. This is the QT 435D is what this one is. Okay, so now we've got that all squared. Next up, guys, let's get our drives mounted. That is the next part of this evolution. Let me back up a little, just zoom out a little bit. So we're going to open up our spare stuff here. So again, what comes in the box, you've got your power right here, power adapter, extended warranty, your quick installation guide. We've got a bunch of screws. And then of course you've got your network, and you've also got another network for both. And again, inside the the installation guide, it shows you things like what essentially you can do. So like how to remove your drives, basically how to install them if you want to, and then you screw them to the bottom for 3.5 inch. You can also put 2.5 inch drives if you wanted to. If you want to do something a little bit faster, you do have that option as well. And it's showing you how to lock it so you don't have to worry about that. Then it shows you how to basically plug everything in. So if you want to do that, and then here's how you can basically download it. We should be able to, I believe, we should be able to on this one, just be able to connect it to a monitor, etc. When we do that here in the end. But let's go ahead and get our very expensive. So this is the fun stuff right here, guys. Check it out. 18 terabytes of awesome right here. So these just pull out. There we go. And these just go in like this. Oh, nope. These go in like this because I was like, wait a minute. Because again, you want to make sure that this stuff is on, these are on the back, right? Because these are hot. These are basically, you're going to be able to swap them out if you want to. So then from there, basically take your little clips. And they just clip in like so. Same thing with this one. There it is. There is a 18 terabyte Iron Wolf NAS basically ready to go. So I'm going to turn them all over when I'm done though, because I'm going to basically install and screw in all of these. There we go. Next drive. There we go. Here's your NAS. Your drive installed. There we go. There's that one. So we're at 36. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay. Getting the next one in, just making sure that nothing, gotta take these out. Okay. There's that one. There is 54 terabytes. Last one. Yes, Timothy, you'd have about, I think that's right, about 50-ish terabytes of storage if you were basically if you were doing parity in RAID 5. There we go. It's always hopping in here, baby. It's always hopping in here. A little bit of a different show than what we typically do. And there we go. Now, all of our drives are basically ready. So we have 72 terabytes of storage right here. Just gonna grab our screws. So these are for 2.5 inch. We're using the 3.5 inch ones. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is secure these real quick. There we go. And one more. Okay, there's one drive done. Yeah. Yeah, these are 18 terabytes per drive. This is 72 terabytes right here. There we go. Well, what's going on there, Dewum Slayer? That's weird. Yeah. Thank you, Broken Code. Borkin Code. I appreciate that. 54 terabytes. Hey, you're welcome, Irish. Yeah, this is a lot. This is just new, which is always fun. Well, it's not new. We actually have done this before on the show, but it is new. Like, a lot of people haven't got to see something like this, so I think this stuff like this is always fun. Okay, there we go. So all our drives are basically in. Okay, there we go. So we don't need these for now. Definitely need this. I'll put this in here. Okay. That is all good there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to have the fun part. So here it is. Look at this. This is a nice little screenshot right here. Look at it. Here we go. Look at that. That is nice. That is fun right there. So here we go. Let's drop them in. Well, drop them in the right way, Robes. Forgot to go like this. $72 terabytes. And we are in. And just like that, it took about an hour and a half, or about an hour, but just like that, we now have a completed and ready to go QNAP. Wow, that is way heavier now than what we had before. And again, this one we have two 512 NVMe SSDs and 72 terabytes of hard drive storage in this one. So there is that. So I'm gonna get this and plug it in and let it start initializing, which is it's gonna get loud. They're not the quietest, that's for sure. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna build the other one, which is the giveaway one, and then we'll go into the UI just for fun and start, I mean, not for fun, but start talking through some of the stuff, showing you the setup and all that sort of stuff. There we go. Okay. Yes, I'm going to plug this one in. We're going to let it sit. The one thing we want to plug this one in, we're not going to plug in the white one because this needs to sit for a while and initialize all the drives, which takes like a really long time when we do this. Okay, so that is it. Ready to turn on. We'll bring it over for the money shot when we turn it on, of course, because you guys always like to see that stuff. I mean, it's not gonna have the most RGB or anything like that, but here it is right here. Getting ready to hit the power button. And that's it. That's pretty much all there is to it. Oh, wait. Oh, let me lock this. Oh, sorry. No, oh, there it goes. Yeah, and it's on. And it is on. That's how it's going to just start going crazy now and all that sort of stuff. Now we'll plug it in, but now it's just starting to initialize. It doesn't make a lot of noise, but I mean, it will. Actually, it will, like if you're just sitting next to it after a while. But yeah, it's pretty crazy for this one. Okay, so we're gonna put this off to the side now. Let's do this thing. We'll show you setup and stuff here in a little bit. But just, you guys wanna have some fun. Let's have some fun. Again, we talked about it, we showed a little bit earlier for the one that we're gonna be installing here at Robeytech, just to give you guys some entertainment. You guys ready? Let's go to top down. We're gonna show you what's going inside of the Robeytech one later on. This is the TVH H1688X. It's a 16-bay enterprise NAS that we're doing with that one. So I'm gonna grab what's going inside of that, you guys, just for fun. Ugh. Little fun money shot for that one too. No, still booting up and doing its thing. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. So, we're going to be putting in Ironwolf 125s, 4 terabytes. These are just SSDs. So this is going to be, we're going to have essentially 16 terabytes of SSD in our current one. Plus, we're using two 2 terabyte Ironwolf 525 NVMe NASs. These are 5,000 megabits per second read write. These are our cache drives for there. And then lift here. And then for our drives, our actual storage, here's the ones. 16, 16, 16, 16. So that's what we just put in the other one. But here's another 16, 16, 16, 16. Okay, so now we have, that's 144. But don't worry, we're not done. 16, 16, 16, and 16. There you go. There is what is going in the Robeytech NAS. You guys will be able to watch that one in mid-October. We're going to be building all of that stuff. Oh, that's right. We used 18 terabytes in the other one. So yeah, you're right. I did mess that up. You're right. So this is 16 terabytes times 16, which is 256. So this is 256 terabytes. Obviously, we're going to be doing. I think we're doing RAID. I don't remember if we're doing RAID 10 or RAID 5. And then we've got another. There's another 16 right there, and then we've got 4 terabytes of caching. So that it's a lot of storage. And again, as YouTubers, we use a lot of storage. But there you guys. So that's And that's so you guys are going to get to watch that get built, happening here a little later on in October. So because we really need the storage. So yeah, that's going to be another fun one. But I figured, hey, just since we're in the world of NASs, I thought it'd be fun to show you guys a big fun one that you guys are going to get to watch the build here later on. I'll see if we can get another one to give away when we do that, just so you guys can have some fun. I think it's fun to give away something that most people would never think about purchasing. Okay, so there we go. These things are not light, by the way. Ugh. Some of it's a little bit, when somebody's asking why so much cache, some of it's a little bit of its overkill. But I'll have Kevin do a nice write-up for us, so like why, because he's the one who actually chose the configuration. And then Seagate and QNAP hooked this up. So, okay guys, let's build the one we're gonna give away. And then we'll take a look at what's happening on this one that's over here initializing right now. So this one I'm pretty stoked about. So this is the TS251D. This has got 2 gigabytes of RAM. A little bit less, pricey and stuff like that. You have 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's got 2.5 gigabit Ethernet and 5 gigabit Ethernet, and then you've also got an M.2 SSD expansion as well, which you can basically, just like what we installed, we didn't install in this. We won't install in this one, but in the other one, you saw us be able to go from there, and you can do up to 8 gigs on this one right here. So let's open her up. So there you go. We'll keep all this stuff together. And this one's white, which I think is kind of cool. So a little bit more house, like stylish friendly, a little bit more of a personal NAS for sure, than something that maybe like the black one, but I don't know. Yeah, guys, understand, we use the heck. Like it's our lifeline. We have people who edit. We'll have people who edit directly off of it. Like it is. We really do what we really needed to make sure that it worked well for us. So, okay. So here's our little white NAS. Now this one, still has HDMI, so you can do all the setup and stuff like that. So you can direct connect to this and do everything off of it. Actually, the website has a tendency to be a lot better than using it direct off, but it is always an option, which we're going to use the direct off so you guys can capture and see it all on this one. But again, you've got only a single LAN versus what you had before, a USB 2 and a USB 3, not to mention you also got USB 3 in the front as well. Then you've got this very stylish kind of like blue here, but just a lot thinner in terms of the overall setup here as well. But and again, we will be giving this one away at the end of the stream. But let's just, for funsies, because we want to see, if you wanted to do this, you know, I want to make sure this is a comprehensive thing. So again, let's go ahead and pop this off right here. So this pops off. Let's see if it's locked. Yes, or not. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's, yeah, okay. Unlock it. So you unlock it from the side. And then there's our two bays right there, which will be putting 16 terabytes into this one. So you have 32 terabytes. Don't want to sneeze on it. Now, just because we want to have fun, let's go ahead and pop off the cover. So if you wanted to see, and you wanted to repeat what I just did for yours, unscrew the back right here. Oh, we got a little bit of peel there. So this pops out like so. Come on, let go. There it goes. Okay, so there you go, just like that. Comes from the back. Again, same place as if you wanted to do like what I did with mine. If you wanted to add a expansion port for M.2 and caching, you could basically do that right here. You do need an expansion card in order to be able to do that. Hey, Tom, how much was the expansion card that you put in there? So, thank you very much, Fixin' Stupid. Appreciate the bless you. And then again, you can also upgrade the RAM on this one as well. It's got 2 gigs in, but you can do as much as 8 gigs in this one. You've got 2 bays for your installation. So pretty straightforward. So yeah, we've used both. I mean, again, it's just a personal choice in terms of the OS that you can go there. Yeah, you can store. Yeah, exactly. People are going stuff like that. Nerd Music, most of the time you have to use their proprietary stuff because of security. So, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I know building your own NAS, like using like free NAS and stuff like that, is definitely an option. Again, I think there is some benefit to having like the support, like especially the support of a large company, especially because they spend a lot of time developing a lot of software. There's over like 1,000 free apps on their store. And then the other thing too is like there's also like, so, you know, as part of like not necessarily for you guys I mean for other people specifically, but if you wanted to, there is like they actually have a promo going on with their data management stuff, so things for like AI photo management, being able to search on your files, all that sort of stuff. They actually have a free promo right now that allows you to get their premium stuff for free from now until the end of the year for like their search engine stuff, which is actually really cool because that just makes it a lot easier to search. It uses AI to basically be able to search on their network, so anything that's stored on there, making it a lot easier for you to find things that you store on your NAS. So there's some cool things like that are kind of coming into it as well. Are you building another keyboard suit? Looting? Yes, we have. I have 3 more that just showed up. So I've got. We're going to do one more Glorious after this. We're going to be using their new Link switches, and then we'll also have a couple from Drop that showed up. So I'm trying to get a bunch of different switches so I can have the differences. I think the other thing too is that I want to order some unlubed Glorious Pandas. Just to see what the difference is between the one that I spent all that time lubing. But we have 13 more switches, so next week we'll put in the last 13 switches for the glorious GMMK Plus that I'm just about to finish. So yeah. There's a Best Buy drop tomorrow. Wait, what? Dark Ranger, is there really? Okay. So I just got finished lubing Devern, the glorious pandas that I had, and so it was a large thing. I have a lot to learn. Hey, wait, is Team EVGA here? Oh, is it? Oh, so it's like basically what time? I might go do that. Then that means there's Founder Edition cards. Hey, Team EVGA is here, guys. Oh, I love them. By the way, guys, we are literally 4 subs away from the $100 New A gift card. Let's go ahead and get that last 4 subs, and let's get these last drives in. Everybody from Team EVGA, welcome. We are currently in the process of building a NAS, and we're going to be giving this one away. So we built a 72 terabyte QNAP. So in their basically in their TS 453D, and then this one's a TS 251D that we're giving away. So yeah, EVGA is here in the channel. So yeah, they're basically hanging out. So okay, so let's get these installed. Hey, Red Pyramid Head, clearing it out. There we go. Oh, and Jay Blue Eyes adding it up there. We're on our way to 150 already, guys. Okay, so I'm going to end this goal. We're at 105. There we go. I have a Founders Edition I really need, which is the 3060 Ti. The Ti. So I literally just, and I'm on vacation starting tomorrow, so kind of want to, like, maybe that's what I do tonight is go to Best Buy. Hang out with everybody. I haven't done that in a while. What is EVGA? Rotten Treats? What? EVGA is, they make motherboards, graphics cards, power supplies, they make keyboards, mice, and they make people happy. So yeah. Oh, and somebody gifted him a sub. That's awesome. Is that Jacob, by the way? Jacob, is that you? Just wondering if it's him. Oh, what does it stand for? That I don't know. Actually, I don't know what EVGA stands for. It's a good question. Oh, they make capture devices? That's right, they do. Oh, yeah, it looks like it is. Oh, there it is. Excellent video graphics accelerators. There, they're answering. There it is. I did not know that. Well, now I learned something. How are we doing on likes on the YouTube, by the way, guys? By the way, 600 people here watching us build a NAS today. That's pretty cool. 385 over on Twitch. The rest looks like they're hanging out on YouTube and the different other channels. Okay, we're going to flip this over so we can put in our couple screws. Do things. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm very excited. I got to use their Z590 on Hotashi's build, and rumor is they're sending me their AMD. I've got a care package on the way from EVGA, so pretty excited. Another one that I really want to check out is a bunch of their coolers. So they're sending me a bunch of really cool stuff. A bunch of really cool stuff to check out. So it doesn't look like I'm going to sleep tonight, guys. I'm going to go to Best Buy, hang out with people. Get me some GPUs. Oh, a GPU. Oh, Mosh. Oh, Mosh. So I do too. We use a lot of them in the builds that we use, and it makes me happy. Yes, you can build a NAS. We're building one right now. One of these days I need to do like a full-blown like DIY NAS. But this is we put together a pretty like a full-fledged one, like with all the trimmings right before this one. This is the one we're giving away, so we're just putting it together real quick. And there we go. Okay, so there we go. There's the fun right there. Everything is ready for the setup for this one. Again, we're not going to be turning this one on. Just going to get it set up, and then one lucky winner is going to walk away with this bad boy. Well, it's funny. I had a really good conversation with Jacob on Mod Monday. We got together and got to hang out for about an hour before you get in there, and it was really funny. Like, people sit there and he was talking about and by the way, guys, there's going to be a new YouTube series that we're making that, just as a, hey, surprise, but given they're in the chat, we're going to be doing these things called the Creator Series of, so we're going to be talking with companies like Corsair, talking with companies like EVGA, and so these are opportunities for us to ask questions about, like, hey, why did it take you so long to do an X570 board and all that sort of stuff? And it's really actually very fascinating about how much time they take, like part of the R&D process, basically how they figured out overclocking. So they've been in the process of developing these things for a very long time. And so we're going to work with you guys, the community, to find the questions you want to ask these companies and then sit down with them and talk to them about the questions you guys want to know about. So like when we talk to these individual things. So Jacob is actually going to be one of our first ones that is going to be on this series. So look for his. The plan is to do it in late October, early November, if not early in the new year. That just your opportunity to actually have these kind of questions. And that's called the Creator Series from Robeytech. So those should be pretty cool, and those are going to be a lot of fun too. So there's a nice little aside. Let's go and pop these in now. Little money shot there. This is again, popping in two 16 terabytes, giving you a nice 32 terabytes of NVMe storage to one lucky winner who gets to walk away with this QNAP NAS. And there it is, all built and ready for you. Now much more hefty. So we'll get that packed up and out to one lucky winner here very, very soon. But then I think one of the other parts that people want to know is like, hey, well, how do we set it up? All that sort of stuff. So yeah, somebody is going to walk away with this $1,400 NAS tonight. And hopefully that person can continue their luck and go to Best Buy and get a GPU. Maybe they will. Major Game Geek, thank you very much. Jay Freezer. Galactic Ninja, thank you very much for all those subs, guys. Coming up on 2 hours here. There we go. All packed up and ready for that lucky winner with drives and everything. Then if you end up buying one, now you have a nice little guide to follow if you want to set one of these up on your own. Okay, so let's pop in now and check in on our other NAS. See how things are going with the one that we did earlier. And see what's going on in there. So let's go to go to CamLink. And again, somebody did bring up, it's like, well, why QNAP or why one of these companies like this? Is like, yes, they are right. These do have their own, OSs on them and stuff like that. So we're gonna pop this stuff in and then work on the setup here. And you could do this from the web if you wanted to. You don't need to do it this way. Ugh. Oh, good. Okay, let's go ahead and pop this in. Here's our HDMI. And we do need a network. Okay, so there we go. So hopefully, well, I'm not seeing it. That's not good. Why am I not seeing it over here? That looks like everything is fine there. Trying to figure out why I cannot see the screen on there. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, I'm just gonna see there's something weird here. It should just come through. If not, we may have to do this via the Razor. I was hoping to not have to do that, but that's okay. Because if this, I'm just gonna check to see if I switch between these, if it shows up. Bear with me, technical difficulties, always. It's definitely not, I think it might literally be this resolution is not supported because it's like so low. So hold on one sec, guys. Okay, let's open it. I guess we'll have to do it remotely. So I wasn't trying to do that, but it doesn't look like. I'm gonna try and plug this one more time into the yeah, remotely into the, I'm gonna try one more time to do this via the HDMI on the NAS, but it may just be too low for my capture card. I'm gonna yeah, which is, okay, so we're gonna do this via web then. That's fine. Okay, well, we'll do this via web. That's fine. We'll take it in stride. This is how most people may want to do it. If you don't want to basically do it by direct connecting because you don't have a monitor, whatever it was, that is okay. You do not need to be plugged directly into the device to be able to do this. So, can you hear me now? What? Is anybody else going to go to the Best Buy drop tomorrow? You have to work? Okay. Oh, that's not good. So people are planning on going? Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, Thomas, do you know? I know you sent me the time. Do you know if it's? Unplug this. I don't need this. Do you know if it's here in Seattle? I'm assuming it is. And which one? Okay, let's go ahead and get this set up. We're going to QNAP.com/download. We'll do the whole thing. Okay, so starting from the beginning. Here we go. We got our, what the deuce? Okay. That is not the right setup. Oh, it's not. Oh, man. This just worked. I literally just did this. Why is this being weird now? You literally just worked. Oh, one sec, guys. Yeah, I know, you're ready. Okay. Sometimes what helps, by the way, to do this, because these ones have a tendency to be really thick. So this, when it does this, I'm going to do this. It's maybe just putting some undue pressure on it. That's why you have everything here sometimes. There we go. Hey, there we go. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do it from here. You have to check their website. Okay, so we're going to open this up. We're just going to go to QNAP.com. QNAP.com/download. There's a download center, and then we choose our product we have. We have the QNAP NAS. Where is it? NAS expansion. Okay, there we go. Which bay? We have 4 bays. Which model? We have the TB453A. I want to download. Here it is. Okay, so we got QTS. We're going to download our, and you can, and again, you can see we've got mobile, all that sort of stuff. So, it's got best-selling software. You can look at, here's your utilities. There's a QNAP Finder for, we want QNAP Finder for Windows. And so we're going to do QNAP QFinder, and that's what we're going to start from here. So we're going to hit USA and just wait for the download. And again, we're going to show you the setup real quick, but we just got to find the Finder, and then we'll log in and go from there. Okay, so just waiting for it to install. You guys get to watch the thing. Refresh this real quick. There it is. Okay, let's open this. Okay, just waiting for this. We're going to hit English, just do the install. We can minimize this now. We're just going to install this. Now we have a couple QNAPs on here, but we don't. Okay, so I'm going to launch the, I'm okay with sharing this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and launch it. And we're going to wait. Okay, I'm going to go to global it is. Apparently there's global in China. Okay, allow access. Okay, so the Volt is actually ours. That's our real one. So we're going to go to this one because again, you guys are seeing from this. Server not initialized has not been initialized yet. Yes, we're going to go through the configuration process. So here we go. This is what you would do. Again, you find the QNAP Finder, and then from here you're into the system, and you go from there. So again, we can QNAP warranty service. This is just basically telling you that you can check your warranty, and then it's just telling you all about your warranty if you care. We're going to go here and just hit close. That's fine. And then just go ahead and hit start smart installation. Now you guys well, you don't know, but I was starting this. Originally with, by just connecting directly, but now I'm going to go ahead and start the process here. So here we are. We're now set up. We're going to specify the firmware version. We're going to see if it looks like the current version is there. We're going to see if there's an update. Obviously, we want to make sure we are. Current version is up to date. Then we're going to go ahead and hit. We're going to skip that. because we got what we have. Okay, so for now, let's just call it Robeytech. And then for the password, this is it's got to be really big, but let's call it. Let's call it what is today? We're gonna call it 9/30/2021 Robeytech stream. 9/30/2021 Roby. Oh, we'll do 9/30/2021. Okay, there we go. 9/30/2021. There we go. That's a nice strong password. I don't care if you know it. It's for demo purposes. We are not in the Midway Islands. We are Pacific, Tijuana. Oh, the same as there we go. And then we can synchronize with there. Okay, next. Okay, obtain an IP address automatically for now. And then these are the cross-platform. You can choose between Windows, Mac, Linux. If you want to basically make sure there's a lot of OS configuration, you have the option there. Then hit next, and there's all my information. And I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to initialize. I don't need to do that because it'll get wiped later. Then now we're applying the settings. Now while we wait for the application, this would be a great time to cover what's going on at RobeytechDeals.com. While we're waiting for the initialization, this takes a thing. Now, for those of you who don't know, RobeytechDeals.com. But first, before I do that, welcome over 600 people to Robeytech. Robeytech is a show dedicated to PC building, keyboard building, gaming, all that sort of stuff. We have regular shows every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. That is for PC building. And then we have a keyboard and gaming show on Wednesdays. And then we have Amazon Live Deal streams on Tuesdays and Fridays. So there is no stream tomorrow, by the way. But welcome to the show. There are 2, 3, 4 giveaways that are happening today as part of the show. The first one is if we get 2 level 5 hype trains, which we should be unlocking here pretty soon, we'll give away a 250 gig NVMe SSD. If we get 500 likes on the YouTube stream, we'll also give away a 250 gig NVMe SSD. And then finally, you look down here in the corner, you see that 111. If we get to 150, it becomes a $150 Newegg gift card. If we get to $250, it becomes a 5600X, then a 5800X, then a 3060, and so on and so forth. And it grows in awesomeness until the end of time. Finally, we're also giving away a QNAP QNAP TS251D with 32 gigs of NVMe, 32 gigs of NAS storage that we're going to be giving away at the end of the show as well. That's just one lucky viewer who's watching now. If you are a subscriber, you do get extra entries over at twitch.tv/Robeytech. If you're one of the subscribers, you get 1 extra entry just for being a subscriber. If you're tier 2 subscriber, you get 5. If you're a tier 3 subscriber, you get 10. So we're giving away that $1,400 NAS at the end of the show. And then finally, this is the last day to get in on the giveaway for the September giveaway, which is an RTX 3080. If we get 500 subs today, we'll upgrade that to a 3080 Ti. That winner will be announced the second Wednesday of October. The way you get in on that, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can use your free Amazon Prime subscription to subscribe to me on twitch.tv/Robeytech, and you got a free entry. Now, if you want to double that, you can then, or you already have a gifted sub, you can use that to double the number of entries you have towards that RTX 3080. And then if you want to get extra entries, you can do things like gift subs, that gets you extra entries. And then finally, you can do things tier 2 gets you 5 extra entries, and tier 3 gets you 10. So again, if you want to get your entries in, today is the last day to get in on that giveaway. So that is what is happening. So welcome to the show. I hope you guys are enjoying it. What we're going to do now is one part that we like to do while we're waiting for the NAS to initialize is we're going to go ahead and run through the deals. Now, these deals are only at Newegg. Obviously, Newegg is a sponsor today, so we found the best deals that we could for Newegg today. So we're going to walk through that. But if you guys are ever looking for getting cheap PC parts or PC components, RobeytechDeals.com. Tom literally spends hours and hours finding deals on the cheapest components. So if you're ever looking to build a PC or you're getting to the point where you're ready, go check out the site. It also has all of the information on what builds we're doing and all that sort of stuff. So if you're like, hey, I really want to build this NAS, or hey, I really liked that Shorekeeper's Razor build, you can go find all of those builds, and all that stuff is all cached on our site. So here we are right here. on robeytechdeals.com. It's pretty easy. Again, we also have that on Twitter. You can see the Twitter feed right over here on the left. There it is right there. NVIDIA, look at that. Tom basically showing that we're going to be dropping things at Best Buy. Deal of the day today is a Seagate FireCuda 520. Looks like it's on sale for $332.99 for a 2 terabyte. That's actually a really good, that's a PCIe Gen 4 NVMe for $329. That's actually a really good price for 2 terabytes. Good job, Tom. So going over here to the stream deals real quick, let's see what we got. Looks like Corsair Vengeance RAM, 16 gigs. So this is compatible with both XMP and AMD. Looks like it's on sale right now for $78.38 over on Newegg. There's a promo code right there. Whoa! Are you kidding me? Wait, is that price real, Tom? Okay, so that is that's an 11,900K for less than $500. Holy crap. Sorry, I haven't seen that. So $499.89 right now over on Newegg if you're looking for an Intel 11900K. ABS Legend PC looks like it's got a 10700KF, an RTX 3080 Ti, which, I mean, that's $2,000 right there. It's got 16 gigs of GCL Trident Z for 3200 megahertz, 1 terabyte 670p, and a 240 millimeter AIO for $27.99. That's a really good price for that PC. That's a great price for that PC. Not too sure about the airflow, but again, if you really did have better airflow, you could just take all those parts out and put them in a different case. My favorite monitor. I love this monitor. It's really big. We showed it off on Amazon Live last week. We have a review coming out of it really quick. Tom, how good is this monitor? I mean, just kidding you not. How good is this monitor? This monitor, this Aorus FV43U, it's great for Xbox, it's great for PlayStation, and it's great for PC gaming. It's 4K, 144 hertz, 1 millisecond, FreeSync Premium Pro. It's got DisplayPort 1.4, HDMI 2.1, it's got KVM switching, and it is absolutely gorgeous for $999. If you are looking for a mid-size, like either television or monitor, this monitor will not disappoint. The colors and the imagery on this is fantastic, and the response time is also really good. I know it's pricey. $999 is a lot, but that will not disappoint. That is a ridiculous monitor, and absolutely love mine. MSI MPG Core Liquid K360, $199.99. That's a pretty cheap price for a 360 millihertz monitor. K100, we actually use this on our Corsair. We use this on our Xenon monitor review. Again, backlit Cherry MX, which means it's nice and clickety. Switches. Again, you could also replace the switches if you wanted to, but again, it's right there, $189.99, and there's a promo code for that. Another ABS PC, 10400F with a 3060 Ti, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 512 NVMe for $1,200. That's actually also a very good price, especially for a 3060 Ti. So that's great for 1080p gaming. And it looks like it's got a Thermaltake air cooler on it. So 10400F is a great CPU. We've actually done the test on this stuff. So again, you're looking at high frame rates on Fortnite, Apex, and Call of Duty, greater than 100. I mean, you're talking about like 300 plus on Fortnite. And then again, for 1080p, Metro Exodus at 35 or 40 frames, stuff like that. So great price for that system right there at $1,200. XFS, if you're looking for a Radeon RX 900, $1,699. That's a really good price for a 6900 XT. That's a 3090 equivalent, minus obviously DLSS for less than $2,000. That is a heck of a deal too, if you're looking for a Radeon card. Z15 RGB mechanical. This is linear switches, so a little bit more resistance in terms of what you're feeling. You got your backlit. And then bronze, or you can get in Kali bronze or silver switches. So again, linear is like what the Glorious Pandas that I'm using, which are good. Be Quiet 250 watt. This is a great air cooler. If you're looking for air cooling a system, great would go with a Fractal Torrent. Sound card, if you need one, $129.99. And then of course CB Cyberpower, great. What are they called? My name. This is calling it PFC. I've had another name for them, but again, APC, but I know APC is a company. But yeah, there you go. These are always good, especially if you have a high-end system and you're not using something like this. Not necessarily the best idea not to have something like that managing your system. So really good deals. 11900K, crazy. That for the FV43U and those two PCs are actually really good prices, both budget and you have a high-end one there for really great deals. So good job, Tom, on the bits for that. That is good job on that, really, really, very much so. It's starting all the services now and it's applying the settings, so we should be done here pretty quick. It is RGB on the sound card. Yeah, take your money. I don't know. Yeah, I know a lot of people who like still talk about actually needing a sound card. So which surprises me. But I've talked to some audiophiles who swear by them, who swear using them is worth it for them. So I do. I know. I mean, I guess I really have heard that a lot of people really like using sound cards. Hey, what's up, Will? How are you, man? It's good to see you. Still starting the services. I tried to take my time on the deals, but yeah, it is still starting up. So we're still waiting for this, and then we'll show you guys a little bit more, and then we'll close out the stream. 2 hours. We should be coming up now on the. We should be coming up now on the hype train here very, very quickly. So JS, the issue was the material that we use for the build mats, the 1/4-inch material that we use for the build mats. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's like 28 or 30 supply ships stuck in Los Angeles, basically the Bay. They're just so backloaded with offloading right now. That's really what the issue is with the mats. It's that delayed them to November. So. You were asking what a NAS is. A NAS is a network attached storage. So that's what NAS stands for. What a network attached storage what it was back in the day is a lot of people thought of like, things like Myqnapcloud or storage vaults, which used to be these hard drives that come in these small enclosures you basically plug into your network that would allow you to basically store things like in a central file server. Nowadays, NASs have gotten way more comprehensive. I mean, to the point where you can do things like, if you're using OneDrive or you're using Google Files or Google Drive, where you used to be able to do, it's like more like a personal cloud service. And then it's even more than that. You can play games off of them. There's a lot of things that you can do that's even expanded beyond that. Make them a media server. I know people run them as an email server. So they're more storage heavy, like cloud applications now, and it's like having your own personal cloud. And the thing is the way that I akin it to is that a lot of people are like, well, why would I spend $300, $400, $500 on something like this? Well, if you think about how much OneDrive costs and then the expansion, or if you want to, how much you might pay for mail, or how much you might pay for media services, or how much you might pay for security. Like a security camera system. These are all things that are built into some of these things like by QNAP, etc., that allow you to do things that allow you to cut the cord with some of these companies and not pay subscription services and then just run them yourselves. That's not to say that it's as strict. Obviously there's some benefit to being able to just have like an AT&T or like a OneDrive. It's like, oh, I have a problem and I need to do this, right? It's not all roses going to something like this, but the thing is that like, you in what is essentially 2 years, you can essentially pay something like this off easily and have 8 or 10 times the amount of storage that you would get if you were using, something else, right? And like the other thing too is that like, for instance, Google is going to get to the point where it's going to start charging people for storage, etc., with their photo service, etc. This can replace it, and you'll have 8, 10, 12 terabytes of storage that you won't necessarily have any issue with people basically that stuff basically getting full. And it's much less expensive in the long term than you might have with certain subscription services. I think Julian is right. There is a lot more that you can do with online storage than you think you can. The only thing is that there is, obviously you're managing it yourself, so you have to worry about things like security and stuff like that. But companies like QNAP, etc., they have whole teams dedicated. I mean, people talk about, hey, I can use free NAS or something like that to go ahead and set this up for myself. But there is a benefit to having a company behind you. And they do also have subscription services as well. But there's over 1,000 apps that you can use on something like a QNAP to do things like that. So very, very cool. And a lot of applications. And even when I was watching people talk about it, there ends up being more that even I didn't know that you could do with something like a network attached storage. So yeah. You can even you can run virtual machines with virtual servers. All that stuff is built into it. You can also do things like setting up things like Kubernetes. So for like really complicated virtual machine stuff and things like that. So it's pretty cool. And some people use them for media servers. So anyway, let's go ahead and pop in here real quick into the PC capture and just go to NAS management. So here we are. Oh geez. I think, did I call it this? Okay. And it was 0930. I don't remember it. Did I get it right? Oh, I'm hoping that I remember what I made this. Oh, geez. Okay, no, okay. Oh no. Did I call it? Did I call it admin? This is funny because I was so. Oh wait, hold on. I know what I'm messing up. Hold on. Oh my. No! Okay. Wow, did I really forget my own password? I should have made it password. I was too stupid. Oh my gosh, I don't remember the password. I don't remember what I made my own stupid. I mean, like I literally made this just because, and now I don't remember if what. Does anyone remember what they? Oh, maybe that's what it was. 0. I know. I really did. What was that? Did I do Robeytech as the login though? I think I did, right? Or I called it that. Okay, 0930 2021. I don't Robtech. I remember. Oh, I got to contact the administrator now. I don't have an administrator. Okay. Let's do this. Wow. Okay. What can I do here? Let's see what we can do. Configuration. I wonder if I can like wipe it. I have no idea. I just made it so I can't do anything. I can't do anything what it was. Like, I think you can factory reset it. I think I completely just borked myself with my own stupidity. Like, yeah, this is pretty funny. Can I? Yeah, I know. I think, but can you reset it if I don't know the password? Yeah. I don't remember what I made it. And then after all that stuff. I don't know what's going on. And the thing is, it says contact admin. I'm pretty sure, is there like a button on the back? I know there's probably a way to basically do this. I just don't know what it is. Yeah, there is. There's a reset pin on the back. Okay. Well, I can reset it that way. Oh, Roby. That's funny. Sorry, I find that hilarious that I just did that. I literally was to, I was like, oh, I'm going to make it smart. And then I didn't remember what the heck I called it. That's funny. Sorry, I find this funny. Of course you could clip it. It's like to think that this is my own stupid mistake. So yeah, I totally screwed that up because I don't remember what I made the password. I should have it's funny because it asked if I wanted to save the password, and I was like, no, I don't need to save it, and here I am screwing it up. Wow, really? It says logging in. We'll see what's happening there. I smell a new show. Yeah, this is Linus level what I just did right here. I just did a Linus. Oh, that didn't help. I lost connection to my thing. That's like so epic. It's so epic in terms of, okay, so I'm back in this. Okay, here we go. I should have not. I think I did something stupid. Now I don't remember how to do it. Okay, I have to hold hold on, let's do this for 3 seconds, okay? Sorry guys, that was pretty stupid, but we're gonna... Okay, there it goes. It just reset it. That was pretty dumb of me. Let's not do that again. It's okay, it's now being fixed. I just reset it. It's just resetting. It's coming back up. Okay, here we go. Oh, that didn't reset. Oh, hold on. Advanced system reset. Oh, you have to hold it for 10 seconds. Okay. Sorry. Not 3 seconds. 1002, 1003, 1000. I just want to show you how to do this, guys. This is the whole key. Okay. I held it for 10 seconds. Held it for 10 seconds. Okay, now it's doing lots of I stuff. Oh, wait. Come on, where did my screen go? I don't know. Yeah. So anyway. This does not delete the data. That's not what I need. Is there a way to do it that's like you can like actually just really like reset the whole thing? I need to like basically reset the whole thing. Yeah, I think I want to, yeah. Oh, by the way, Hype Train's undone because that's what I need right now. I need to get the Hype Train. Oh my gosh. I remember 9/30/2021. I remember that. Then it was ROBEYTECH. I don't remember. It wasn't admin though. Was it what? Yeah, roll it. Yeah, I could roll the tape back. Username was in caps. Yeah. This is like stuck here. This is so funny and not. I can't believe I did it right. Dude, I know this is the password. What is the heck? Like, and I don't see anything about restoring it all the way. Like, I see like how to do it if you're on the STAP. Reset a QNAP NAS to factory default to factory. It says power off NAS and plug out all hard drives. Start QNAP without hard drives. A few minutes later, QNAP should find your NAS. Start the setup. When QNAP asks you to plug in a hard drive, use only one hard drive setup complete. After 15 minutes, you could format and install new login device and go to RAID management. Plug all hard drives and start. So that's how to completely reinstall. Yeah. QNAP username is not changeable from admin. Okay, well that helps. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't think it was streamed though. 0930. I remember doing 09302021 ROBEYTECHST. I don't remember doing stream because that was way too long. No. Oh, there we go. Press and hold to reset. The system will beep once. The following. The default is set to admin and default password is Mac. Oh, it tells me how to do it. Okay, so default administrator is admin and the default password is Mac1 address. So without special, for example, if Mac1 address is, so I've got it. It's set as, that's why it's not working. Okay, so I need to just put the address. The MAC address is what the MAC address is. 24SE. 24SE. That's how you do it. BE. 49 A4 D6. Okay, that's what it said to do. Admin. The following settings are set to default. Press on, the system will beep once and restart. If the MAC address is the password will be all the letters must be in uppercase. Okay, hold on. I think I've just figured it out. 24. This is, hey, you guys are learning 5E. You guys are learning how to do this. BE. 49 A4 D6. Hey, I figured it out. I'm in. Okay, so we got it. We're not bricked anymore. We're good. We're all good. We doing NAS. Woo! So yeah, what happened is that if you reset, so again, you have to have physical access to the device, but what you can do is, if you hit the reset button, so hey, this is just good for everybody. If you've got a NAS you play, you're like, I don't know what to do. What you can do is, you can basically hold the reset button. The password changes to admin, and then it's the MAC address is the password. And it has to be all the letters and numbers in the exact same without special characters. So that's how it basically fixed. So hey, I'm in. That's why my password stopped working, because I reset it, and then I was like, hey, I can't, because now whatever password I put in, I needed to put in that one. So there we go. It's hype. We're in. Okay, so here we go. Now you're basically in the NAS as it is set up. We haven't set anything up, like we haven't basically installed, set up RAID or anything like that set. But you can go here to control panel. And this is just showing you all the accounts. So this is all stuff that he would do. And this is like it's like basically, hey, welcome to your first startup. So this is inviting you to the tester, the pre-release versions of QNAP. If you care, I hit no. It says there's a build of new firmware. I'm gonna go ahead and okay, I'm gonna hit update and hit continue. So here's our control panel. Dang it, I didn't want to do that, but I mean, again, I'm not gonna. Here's the deal, guys. I will always do stuff. I will always update to a firmware when. And I thought I had done that before, but it basically did not go where it was. So it was a lot of pop-ups, but it was basically all the stuff that you basically needed. So we'll set up in terms of our RAID. The firmware is now installed. Now it's resetting. So okay, so going to so it's just updating real quick. At least the firmware upgrade's fast. So yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly, we did figure it out. By the way, guys, we can now do, while we're waiting for this, now would be a good time to do Hype Train, because then we can get Hype Train, then we'll show you guys around and talk a little bit about different things you can do with the NAS here at the end, and then we'll do the giveaway and call it a night. Yeah, well, Suzuki, yeah, they're different systems. So let's see what we can do, guys. We want to go and unlock that last. How are we doing on likes on the YouTube, by the way? So. This is the TS453D. Hey, Juggalo Jimmy dropping 5 gifted subs. We just need a couple more things to happen at the same time. So we should see that. Let's see, a couple more people either drop subs or drop bits. There we go. Red Dragon dropping 10 more. Man, Red Dragon wants this. There it is, upgrading. The firmware is updating. We got to be super close, like a couple more things. Let's get some bit drops. There you go, Hemp Racer. One more thing and we drop it, we unlock it. One more thing and we unlock it. One more thing. Yes, I'm gonna restart the NAS. Okay, the NAS is restarting. 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and that's all it takes to unlock the last. There it is, Eric plays. People, there it is. Hype train has started, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, system rebooting, and there's the hype train. Or Chaos dropping a gifted sub. We're now 11 away from unlocking the $150 new gift card. There you go. TJC dropping 10 community subs, taking us to 148. Jay Blue Eyes dropping 100 bits. The Mad Bicyclist 100 bits. David Rock taking it to 150. We are now on our way towards a 5600X, guys. That's 17 subs from Dave Rock. TJC, yours is like ridiculous, buddy. I think the only people who might be higher right now, I mean, TJC is pretty high. Your Foz is another one. CKCC, I don't even want to know what his was. It doesn't. Oh, TJ, 238 for TJC. So that's huge. Okay, guys, we're so close to getting that last bit. What were the 230? Oh, 236. There he is, TJ. How many? This froze Twitch. Okay, we're at 150 exactly. Let me go ahead and update the giveaway real quick because it'll just take a second. So we're on our way to 250, 150, and this is a 5600X giveaway. Okay, there it is. Okay. There it is. See the fuzz. 1 month. And happy 8-month streak. See? Level 5 is there, guys. How are we doing? 334 of 500, guys. We're going to pop on over to that YouTube. Hit that like button. I think the best part of this video will be the part where I forgot my freaking password. So funny. I can't believe I forgot my demo password. This is why you don't do, note to self, don't do complicated demo passwords. Darkest Night, subscribing with Prime. Taking us to 152. Passwords are hard passwords are hard if you make them hard. I made it so secure I didn't even get in. Oh crap, and now I gotta, well, luckily I got that thing right here, so I'm good. Oh, thanks, Blondie. I would never then. Yeah, number 1 is always the best password. We need a good deblunk. You need a good dad joke. I was the best dad joke. Rare Kamiko, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Okay, let me find I'll find a couple good jokes here while we're waiting for the. Oh, by the way, the Lee and Lee, the one that you guys, the Q58 is on the way. I got a Q58 on the way, guys. So they did reach out and they're sending one. So I know you guys have been waiting for them. For me to do that. For me to do the that one. Ohara Jad dropping 5 gifted subs, taking us to 162. Kyoku, Kyo, 287. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Okay, when birds fly in a V, why is one side always longer than the other? When birds fly in a V, how is one side always longer than the other? Because there are more birds on one side. What is red? What is red and bad for your teeth? What is red and bad for your teeth? What is red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Oh man. Okay, why did the dinosaur eat the baby? Why did the dinosaur eat the baby? He didn't, because humans didn't appear until after the extinction of dinosaurs, guys. Come on. Come on. That's why. That's why. Jeez. Okay. Okay, knock, knock. Knock, knock. Two. No, it's, guys, it's to whom, not to who. Okay. Okay, you can tell a lot by a person's mood by what's, okay, sorry. You can tell a lot by a woman's mood by what's in her hands. Just so you guys know, you can tell a lot by by a woman's mood by what's in her hands. For example, if she's holding a gun, she's probably angry. But that works for pretty much everybody. I like that one. What do you call 100 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean? What do you call 100 lawyers at the bottom of an ocean, of the ocean? What do you call 100 lawyers? A really horrible boating accident, guys. That is not a joke. That's not funny. Oh, man. You guys. So many of you guys are like going, like getting in there. Okay, there you go. Some dad jokes to kill the time. The machine's still rebooting. Who is Robeytech's arch nemesis? Ooh, who is Robeytech's arch nemesis? GPU shortages. No, RV show is a Linus. No, Linus is not my arch. He made it. Come on. How would your arch nemesis be? How would your arch nemesis be like the guy who made like a beautiful PC for you? Oh, congratulations, exploit. Okay, here we go. It's now restarted. Admin 2424. Password is not easy now. 5E BE. I feel like I just feel old right now. 49. Like I'm like trying to remember my password. A4D6. Remember me. Okay, I'm in. Hey, it's all working so well. Okay, here we go. PC capture. And we're in. Molex. Yes, that is my arch nemesis. He said it. Dwumslayer is right. Molex is my arch nemesis. Molex. Ew. Okay. So here's all the stuff that we're going in there. So QTS, I think more for here, like why I kind of want to wrap up, because again, we're not going to, like in terms of the overall setup, we can go here. No system volumes. You must create a storage pool and a volume in the pool. Okay. Licenses are available for camera channel, exFAT driver, QTS. So now it's bringing up my storage pool stuff. And so here it is. Welcome to Storage and Snapshot. Storage has a central interface for managing disk storage and other storage features. To start using the NAS, either create a storage pool and then thin volumes to create a static volume. So hit next. So again, it's talking about there's block-based. This is talking about how it basically protects your data. So again, record state of your data and specific points in time. You can recover individual files or folders or restore all data in seconds using snapshot events. Revert. Block-based snapshot saves space by only recording changes in data. The availability of this feature is dependent on how much memory you have in your NAS. So again, this is where some of the stuff when you're talking about installing more stuff for your NAS, etc., more storage, or sorry, more RAM, the things like this end up being options for you. And this is similar to like when you're on OneDrive or whatever it was, and you're like, hey, I want to look back at a snapshot in time and look and restore a file like a Word doc or whatever it was. This is like essentially versioning history, but way more effective, because you can do things like go back and revert from like 3 weeks ago and stuff like that, which is actually pretty rad. And then again, you got your snapshot manager. It's basically just showing you a little bit about it. And then you can talk. It's like backup data to another NAS. using SNAPSHOT. So this is where if you had multiple ones and then you had a secondary NAS to just back up data, you can do replicas, and it's talking about that, which is actually pretty cool. This is actually where things start to get enterprisey in terms of you have that, like for your users or whomever, like if your family, you might have something like this 4-bay NAS, and then you might have a 2-bay one that's just for doing stuff if you did a lot of homework or things like that you wanted to basically store a bunch of revisionist history for, which is actually pretty cool. So let's go to new storage pool. So this is just telling me what it is. Create a storage pool, and then Q tier, it just allows you to add different types of storage. So you can do basically, this is where you're going to do things like if I'm going to use caching with my NVMe SSDs and all that sort of stuff. This is where having things like QNAPs or these pre-ones end up becoming very powerful, is because of things like Q tier and these proprietary things that they put inside of their enclosures and their OSs that just make it work, right? It's by far much easier. So I'm going to go ahead and enable it because we have SSD. So it's showing you how it's basically what it's basically doing there, and then it's like basically using your most, like how it's just showing you, like before you might have your frequent flyers kind of spread across, and then but now what it's doing is it's basically saying, hey, I'm going to stick the stuff that you use the most on your SSDs because you can quickly access it and pull it down, and then anything that's normal activity might be on your like an SSD, and then your SATA is just going to store the stuff that might be what's considered cold storage. So we're going to go ahead and activate that, and then you can see here that this is showing like, hey, these are my ultra high SSDs. And then I've got 2 of 6 that I can basically access, and then I can create an SED secure storage pool, or I'm basically going to select, I'm just going to select both of these just for now, which is going to give me an SED, and I'm going to set them in RAID 1. I'm not going to do RAID 0. That just means I'm striping them essentially. So if one of them fails, I'm still good, and that's going to give me 437 gigs for my fast stuff. And then here, I'm going to go and select all of these. I'm going to stick them in RAID 5. You can also do RAID 10, and these are talking about the different options. So again, RAID 0 is basically, just to give you guys a refresher, it's basically the fastest read-write, but it's not recommended because what it's essentially doing is that if you just really wanted something very fast, more than likely if one drive fails and the whole thing goes down. So what it's using is the drive controllers from every single hard drive to help accelerate read-write speeds. It becomes very, very fast, but again, like I said, one drive, you're screwed. So that's why it's not necessarily recommended unless you have a backup should this go down. So RAID 5, which is like it's basically says right there, it's basically recommended for backup. It combines disk failure protection with high capacity and read performance. This is using parity bits for its setup, and then it's basically telling you what you have for 3 disks or stuff like that. RAID 10, which is this is like kind of like once you go RAID 10, people talk about this is actually the most fun. It's basically you lose half your total space for a high failure protection rate, but you're still optimizing read and write. So again, if I selected RAID 10, you see I'm only going to get 33.15, but this is going to still have parity. You're now, it's doing some RAID 0 stuff, so you're still getting fast reads, but you're basically paying the price in terms of storage. So yeah, it's striped plus mirrored, which is what Superhero PC is basically talking about. And then, so again, because I've done it, I know I'm going to be fine with 33. This is just going to be a personal NAS for me. So 33 is fine, and I'm just basically going to have really fast storage for this. So I'm going to set it up as RAID 10, and then I'm going to have 32.72 terabytes there. And then it's basically saying here, it's going to enable SSD over provisioning. So this is basically just saying because SSDs, as they start to fill up, this is just basically protecting them so they don't slow down in terms of their performance. And it lets me just have an alert threshold when my drive is over a certain degree. And then I'm just basically going to go right here, and it's just say I'm going to have 2 new RAID groups. I'm going to have a fast NVMe SSD one, which if I uncheck that, I could use these as caching. In this case, I'm going to use them for the Q tier stuff, which means it's going to be smart about where it's going to store my files. And then I'm going to have basically 450 gigabytes of really fast NVMe storage, and then I'm going to have 33 terabytes of RAID 10 storage. So is what I've set it up for. And then hitting create, and then hit OK, and now I am off and going. So again, part of it is like with this stuff, it's pretty straightforward. One thing I like, again, because I have 4 drives, one of the things I really enjoy about using 4 drives is I can do RAID 10, and I'm okay. When we set up the other one, again, that'll be in RAID 5, because for us, we don't necessarily care about performance because most of our files end up in fast storage. We'll have the SSDs will be for anything that we basically need to have our team be able to gain access to, that they need to do read writes on quickly, and then we have, that's essentially 4 terabytes of 2 terabytes of read and write caching a piece. That's essentially so as we're doing transfers or if we're doing real-time work on the NAS, we can do that with, so it's like a very complicated setup that's going in our TVS H1688X 16 terabyte, 16 bay NAS that we're going to be doing later. So. Yes, that's Scott Gordon. That's exactly what I did. It's essentially, it's like, so that way I'm essentially losing half of my storage for backup, and also so I can also access the data quickly. Oh, nice, Coid. Yeah, that's what that's what's going to happen next week. 2 weeks from now. So. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't played a lot. So somebody was asking why not ZFS. I haven't played a lot with ZFS. So I know a lot of people who sing the praises for it, but I don't know a ton about it. So, still don't get how it knows what to. So it basically it's all based. So our Bushy, it's based on what you access. So what it's going to put on the NVMe's is going to be the things over time. It's all AI driven, so as over time, like it notices that you're accessing, like for instance, I have files that I access on a consistent basis, or like for instance, there might be video files that are part of our trailers, or things that we might pull down on a consistent basis, like our stuff that might be stuff that we might use frequently, like all of our visual assets that exist on our NAS that is like for our lower thirds, our stuff like that. That would all be, and that whole file structure gets used a lot for like every video, so it gets pulled down a lot. That would end up on the SSDs. While stuff like we might do a video here, where like we might do a QNAP video, and then we basically have it in cold storage, because should we need to go back and pull that footage for a revision 6 months later, that would end up on just the normal SATA drives. So that's what it's doing, is it's basically as you're using the NAS, like ours gets used pretty much every day and has a ton of stuff that's being pulled off of it. That's what it's updating on a consistent basis. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. So, okay, so it looks like our storage pools are now done. And so we're gonna go to PC capture. So it's just saying, so now we can create a volume. And then volumes is essentially, so now we've got storage pools, and now we can create, and this is where I'm probably not going to do a ton of things right now, because again, I've got a storage pool. Now I can put on that storage pool, like I might have something like, hey, I want this for frequent files or whatever it was. And so the storage pool just becomes part of setting that stuff up, and it's telling me all of the different options that I have for that. So, which again, we don't have enough like that I figured out in terms of what we're going to actually do this for, to be able to do this in a quality way. So we'll go back and do this later. But I did want to close, because we're getting close to basically time. I wanted to wrap this up by 7. The stuff that I want to close on just a little bit though, is just talk about some of the things that you might sit there and say like, well, okay, well now Roby, you've basically shown me how to set it up. You've shown me what it is, like the QNAP and all that stuff. What are some of the things I've done about it? And so some of the things is like, you have this thing, like especially with QNAP, and again, we're focused on QNAP since this is a QNAP and Seagate sponsored stream. So you have things like data management. And so data management, they have this thing like what's called Q Search Engine. And Q Search Engine does things like, it's got things like QuMagie, which is like QuMagie, which does things like it allows you to do AI photo management and AI searching for photo management. So if you had like your kids or whatever, your kids, your wife, your partner, whomever you have, you can basically search on names, and then it uses AI facial recognition to allow you to find those files and those photos very easily. Or you can search on like Japan, or you can search on landmarks or mountain or whatever it was, and it's doing those things for basically storing your photos. It also does some really great stuff, which is called a thing called Qfiling, and this is all part of their Q search engine. But Qfiling, which allows you to search for more than just your titles, but also meta things within the file to help you find things within your, with everything stored in there. So like, say for instance, you're coming back and you might have like your Gamer's Nexus or your Linus or your Jay or your me, and you're like, hey, I want to go back and we're going to do a retro version of our show, and I want to go and find assets from our basically our lower thirds from 2020. You know what I mean? You can go and do searches for that, like lower thirds or whatever it was, or you may understand, or you might have the Adobe tags or whatever it was, and search on that stuff and be able to find that stuff a whole lot easier. And then you also have got Qfile, which is like Qfile app for mobile, which allows you to be able to do a lot of the things. Like, so if you're looking for things specifically where QuMagie and QuMagie and Qfiling come in handy, is like if you're on mobile, and this is a lot more for business applications, but this has actually come in handy for even people like us, where we're like, hey, we want to look at a specific file that's sitting, or video file that's sitting on our NAS, being able to get it on our mobile. We're sitting downstairs in a meeting or whatever it was, we can pull that stuff up and easily be able to find it and access it from our mobile device as well. I know security's been a big one, and I know some people have made some jokes in here about QNAP specifically with their data security. And then all in all, like just security in general, there's some things that QNAPs and NASs can be helpful for. So they have things like firewalls. They have malware removers. They also do this thing called Security Council, which is where you can basically, it'll do a risk assessment specifically for your current NAS. So you can basically go and say, hey, where are my vulnerabilities, and find ways to plug it. Which, I mean, that's one of the things a lot of people be like, hey, this is the first time I've set this up. I don't know if I'm doing a good job in terms of setting this up and having it's set up for security. Like, does it have the right access? Like, is it going through my firewall? Is it too easy to get access to? That's where the Security Council can be a large part of helping you find vulnerabilities. You also have two-way authentication, which is and two-step verification, which you can set up. So not only can you have people, it's like, hey, I don't mind if you access my NAS, but one of the things that's always helpful is to attach it to a cell phone. So you can do things like have it text, and you have two-step authentication, which is pretty cool. And then you've got data replication, backing up your data to remote site or cloud services. So if you did want to have your stuff not just sitting in a local stuff, but if you wanted to go ahead and plug it up to like Amazon AFS or Azure or anything like that, and you had one of those systems, you can do that as well. I know that's a little bit above what many of you guys care about, but that is an option. For physical security, I know a lot of people don't know about this, but if you wanted to do like security cameras and stuff like that, these do have things like QVR PRO, which you can get as part of QNAP, which allows you to have security camera and then have all of your footage go right to your QNAP and your NAS. So if you want to have, and you can do those just like you could with like AT&T, so you can go and look at events, scrub through video footage. All that stuff is basically stored, and you can set times for it to basically dump files, etc. And so a lot of people, like if you don't want to pay a subscription service like through somebody like ADT or whatever it was, that's where something like this can come in very handy, and actually end up saving you a little bit of money by avoiding paying the extra fees for a lot of those things that you can have because of something like this. You also can do some pretty businessy stuff like web servers, email servers, print servers. You also have people who are talking about it, virtualization, hypervision. You can run VMs essentially and do things with VMs. These are capable of doing that too. And then I talked a little bit about containers. This is very power user stuff, but Kubernetes, stuff like that is all things that you can do in terms of on the QNAP. And then also you've also got, finally you can do multimedia stuff, so Plex, MB, Rune, server support, and then you've got Cinema 28, so you can turn this into a media server. So if you wanted to have like a media box that you could all have access to, not just for your home movies, but if you wanted to put movie files and stuff like that, or have home movies on this, because again, you have 36, 40 terabytes of storage, you can store a lot of video footage, and then that saves you from stuff like Apple or whatever it was. That part isn't as interesting to me anymore. It used to be way more common, but nowadays, just with streaming services, it's not as robust as it used to do. So I hope by the end of this, outside of the 30 minutes that I wasted forgetting my password and having to reset the whole thing, Did you learn something? Did I teach you anything? Did you learn? Was this interesting? I'd love to know if this was, because that was the whole point of this, is to get you up to speed and try and figure out a place that something like a NAS, which, you know, for me, it's just literally the stuff that matters, that for my family that they use it for is literally the file saving stuff and the cloud stuff, which I now have a personal cloud that my wife and my kids can now store homework off to and all that sort of stuff. And that's what they use it for more than anything. And I don't have to worry about worrying about filling up OneDrive or freaking iCloud or any of those things filling up, because I'm getting literally 20 times that amount of storage on here, and you can set up all of your stuff to replicate and send to this versus any one of those services. And then again, if I need to get more, in the end, I end up having that ability. So, so I'm good. I hope it does. I tried very hard to make it entertaining. That's why I intentionally forgot my password. The whole time I was kidding. I totally remembered it. I promise. You believe me, right? You believe me? Sure. Okay. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and do the giveaways. How's our likes on YouTube? No, in this case, Coit, I didn't. I actually used them. I set them up as a part of their Q tier system. I think we're gonna reset this and turn this into something real. But yeah, that's probably what we will do, is use the NVMe's for trash. Not nearly at 370, guys. There are 442 of you over on Twitch. Just go hit that thumbs up button over on YouTube real quick. We'll get to 500 and we'll give away another NVMe SSD. So let's go do it. Get over there real quick. Let's get those YouTube likes real quick so we can give away all this stuff. Go, because then we'll give them all away. Well, I want to give away all the giveaways. Yeah, I've been trying all evening. Oh, thank you, PC guy. Look at all these people are like done. Well, there it is. Go give it a like, and then we're at 380. We can do it. I think I can like it twice. Look at all those people doing the likes. Thank you, guys. Yeah, you don't subscribe. Yeah, oh, it's okay, guys. Thanks for doing all the likes. Okay, so there it is. 392. Only 100 more. We're getting there. I appreciated all those guys. Blondie's like, let's lower the bar. Let's make it easy. Blondie, just because I forgot my password. Okay, well, why don't we do this? We'll start with the $150 Newegg gift card, kick it off from there. And then we'll see if we can do the other one. So we'll start with that giveaway first. This is for a $150 Newegg gift card. All widgets, CloudBot. Okay, giveaways. Okay, so exclamation point Newegg now. You got 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes on this one. For this one, $150 Newegg gift card coming up. Where is it? Okay, starting that right now. Exclamation point Newegg now. Please, while you're waiting, go head over and hit that not hit the thumb up button. Go ahead and head over there and hit that like, so we can give away the 2 NVMe drives. And then we'll end it with the NAS here in a minute. Two minutes, guys. One of my things fell out. To find out from where. Where'd you fall out of, Screw? I see you, Screw. Fell out of here, bro. Once you back in. But where did you come from? "30 seconds, guys. There's one. Oh, Oh, there it is. How did it come out of that one? That's interesting. Okay, picking our first winner in 2 seconds. Ugh. Ah. Whew, fixed it. So good. Okay, picking our winner. Waiting for Blondie. Entries are closed, guys. I'm not in the basement. I was fixing my desk. This is being wacky. Congratulations to Kinjazrafan. Kinjazrafan. Congratulations, on Twitch. You are the winner of a $150 new gift card. Okay, guys, next up, how are we doing on likes? How are we doing on likes? How are we doing on likes? I'm checking. Gave you a chance. 442. We need, come on, guys, we're so close. Let's get those last likes. I'm gonna go with Blondie here. Can we get to 450? 444. We only need 6 more likes. 6 more likes. Well, I'll give it 6 more and we'll do it. Smash that like, guys, and then we'll do the 448. 450. Okay, keep liking it. Keep liking it while you go, and then we'll do 452. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and do this last one. Exclamation point. Let's do Seagate for this one. Seagate for this one. Exclamation point Seagate. We're going to give away 2 NVMe SSDs. This is going to be 2 250 gig NVMe SSDs. Exclamation point Seagate. Starting that now. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Two minutes. Two minutes, guys. Well, not quite that long anymore. Less time now. Then after this, we're going to be giving away that final bit, not the QNAP, that QNAP, yeah, the last one. That super awesome one we built for one lucky winner. Can't believe I forgot my password. 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. Thank you very much, Budbick. Thank you very much for the thing. Okay. Drawing a winner in just a few minutes. Few seconds. A little QNAP. I can get into you now. Okay, congratulations to Dan Lin, and AM1 SFit. AM1 is fit. Amazfit. Congratulations, you two. You are the winners of the 250 gig NVMe. Okay, now for the big prize, ladies and gentlemen. The big prize everybody's been waiting for. This is the big prize. The big prize for this one is a QNAP T. Oh, let me get the thing. QNAP TS. QNAP TS 251D. QNAP TS 251D. Okay, so we're gonna give away two with 2 16 terabyte Seagate Iron Wolf drives. Okay, so starting that. Okay, entry for this is going to be !QNAP, !QNAP, and this is the last thing. 2 minutes, guys. Oh, hold on 1 sec. And remember, subs, you get extra entries for this one. So subscribe. Especially if you are a tier 2 and tier 3 subscriber. You are getting extra entries. So tier 2, you're getting 5. Tier 3, you're getting 10. Starting that giveaway right now. 2 minutes, guys. Now, just to give you guys a recap of what's happening for the rest of the week. First and foremost, huge shout out to QNAP and Seagate and Newegg for sponsoring this stream. I hope you guys learned a lot about it. Sorry I was a little dry there in the middle when I was trying to remember my password. But outside of that, I think the content was riveting. I also want to say there is no stream tomorrow. Tomorrow would typically be an Amazon live stream, but given I'm going to Disneyland with my family, we're going to be focused on going on a trip. So there is no stream tomorrow. There's no stream on Saturday. And there is, of course, no stream on Sunday because there's always a day off. But we are back on Monday. It was supposed to be a day off, but we're back on Monday for Mod Monday. So I'm back in LA doing a stream on Monday. And then the next full stream will be on Wednesday. We'll be back on Wednesday, kicking things off with keyboards and gaming. I'm going to try and play some Midgard. I'm going to try and give away some 10 codes, find some people. So go to Discord because we're probably going to line up who's going to play with me on Discord over at discord.gg/Robeytech. We'll give away the 10 codes there and then have you guys join me in the game after we do the keyboards and mouse. That's my current plan. I might go to Apex. We don't know, but that's the current plan. So if you're interested, want to play the same game we played, which was the game we played at the Corsair stream today, head on over to our Discord, discord.gg/Robeytech. And just hang around. We'll let you know if that ends up being a thing. And then Thursday we've got we're back with the first ever Robeytech build. We're updating it. We're upgrading it. Tara Reid will be here in the studio with me. We're going to be updating her level 20 thermal take system that we did cyberpunk themed for way back in the day. So we're going to be upgrading her system with the 3090 and i9-11900K. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. Should be a really good show. And then we're back to our regular programming after that, guys. So it should be really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We got 5 seconds left, but a huge shout out to my mods, everybody for being a part of this. Again, it's always a lot of fun. So yeah, Robeytech Disneyland stream, huh? That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I did say Tara Reid. Yeah, she's not Tara Reid. Sorry, Tara Voker. Sorry, 2 different people. Congratulations to Summit Crispy. Congratulations, you are the winner of this QNAP NAS. So yeah, reach out to Blondie. Yeah, it came from YouTube. Reach out to Blondie. You are the winner of the NAS, and so we'll reach out and get this mailed out to you in the next 6 to 12 months. Just kidding, it'll be much faster than that. It's all packed up and ready for you, so we're going to go from there. Congratulations, my friend. Now we are drawing the winner for the RTX 3080 sub-only giveaway. That'll be the second Wednesday in October. We'll be drawing the winner for that. Outside of that, guys, I hope you guys had an absolutely awesome time. We did. We're going to find somebody to raid, so if you could just stick around, give them a follow, give them a hi. It's a great way to kind of end the week, and I will look forward to seeing you on Monday. So let's find somebody to raid, and we'll go from there. Who do we got? Raiding. Takata. He's playing. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, let's go Artisan Builds. They're always good. Let's go and give them a raid. Let's double their viewership. And then we'll go from there, guys. Anyway, I hope you have a great night. Enjoy some PC building, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.